Hey, thank you for coming back. And today I'd like to talk to you about another Bluetooth speaker. It's this one right here. This is the Soundcore Select 2S Bluetooth speaker. Now inside the box, of course, you get the speaker, get an incredibly small user manual, and look how small that printing is. You're going to need like an electron microscope to read this stuff. Wish they would make these things a lot bigger. And you get a charging cable. It's a USB Type-C to USB Type-C. It's about close to a foot in length. Of course, on the box, they give you some good information, but not all. And for the speaker itself, as you see the Soundcore branding there, underneath this little blue flap is the USB Type-C charging port. On the back, you got some ventilation plus a bass reflex port. A little bit of weird information on the bottom that you can barely read. And on top is all of the information you need. Your power button, your Bluetooth, your bass up, Soundcore, and your volume controls, your play pause, and right here and here are two LEDs to tell you when it's charging. Now when it's charging, this LED right there will be red and turns white when it's fully charged. And of course that's your Bluetooth connection button. So there you have it. Now, this is a 20-watt stereo speaker. On either side, you can barely make it out. There's this little shiny thing here, little shiny thing there. They are two 1.5-inch or 1.5-inch speakers, or let me see, 38.1 millimeters. You get those two there. Now, they don't give me the frequency response of this. You know, is it a 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz or something like that? They just say they're full range speakers. So no frequency response. Sorry about that. It is IPX7 waterproof. You get 16 hours, well, up to 16 hours of playtime, and charge time is 4 hours. Now, the 16 hours does... how loud you have this speaker determines how loud or how long the playtime is. Obviously, the louder you run the speaker, the lower the run time. Okay, keep that in mind. The bass up is basically a bass boost in the like an EQ type thing. You can have it on or off. It has a 24-hour or 2,400 milliamp hour battery. That is 7.3 volts for those who want to know that. It runs on Bluetooth 5.4. You have a range of 70 meters or 230 feet. You can actually pair two of these together. So you can really have the TWS or true wireless system or whatever, or stereo or whatever. So you can actually have two of these paired together. Now, if you're running this, you turn it on and there's no activity detected by the speaker, it'll shut off in 20 minutes to help preserve the battery. So you have an auto shut off after 20 minutes if nothing is being played through it. So like if you pause it, or your playlist just stops working, you know, because you run all the way through it, in 20 minutes it's going to shut off. Okay? Now that's pretty much it about the specs. Oh, and there's like little rubber feet here on the bottom. So right now I'm going to do what I normally do, give you the test video, blah, yada, yada, yada. And then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts about the Soundcore Select 2S Bluetooth speaker. Okay, now I got the speaker 7 feet away from the camera over there. The bass up is turned on, and I'm going to play a little bit of music from the YouTube library, and then during one or two of the songs, I'm actually going to shut the bass up off. Bass up is off. Bass up is now on. Alright, that's just for you to hear the bass up, on, and off of the Bluetooth speaker. Okay, now I have the speaker set way to the front of the store, and this is to test the volume of the speaker. All this music is from the YouTube Music Library. Sorry for the shakiness. All right, I hope that helped you with how good this speaker really is. And my camera that I'm using, I don't have image stabilization, so I'm sorry that it was all shaky and all over the place. Well, I hope you enjoyed that test video. So, before I get into what I think of this speaker, I happen to have gotten this off eBay through Anker Direct on eBay. Yes, Anker has a store on eBay, and it's called Anker Direct. Now, when I went to the Anker website, I didn't see this anymore. Or I didn't... In a way, I found it, but in a way, I didn't. I think this may be a discontinued speaker, because really, the only thing I was able to find on the Anker website was the online manual for the thing. Otherwise, I didn't really find it. So... but it's funny because I've been seeing people like recently making videos or, on YouTube for this thing. So I figured, hey, let me see. It's nice and small. It's compact and it's quite heavy too. It's like just over a pound, I believe. So I'll still put links down below where you can get this from, especially from eBay where I got it from. And I got it for a really good price. It was like normally $26, but since I put it on my watch list, Anker gave me good discount on it, and basically I paid like $20 for the thing. Okay, so that I wanted to get that out of the way. I think it may be a discontinued speaker. I don't know, but I'll still leave something down below for you to get this. So what do I think of the Soundcore S or Select 2S? It's a very good speaker. The bass up does add bass to it. Okay, a pretty good amount of it. It's not. You do hear some thumping. You will feel some vibrations with the bass up on it. For bass heads, it still may not be enough, but I mean, come on, they're 1.5-inch speakers. I wouldn't expect this thing to rattle the windows of your house. Now, without the bass up, meaning you shut it off, the bass is still there, and it's still gives you a pretty good thump out of it, and it's not muddy whatsoever. The mid-range is crystal clear. It punches through the mix, and it's very exciting with the mid-range in here. The high end it's very crystal clear and crisp, but it's also slightly subdued a little bit. I think they really wanted this thing to be more of a thumper than crystal clear as an overall sound. But basically, I like how this speaker sounds. With or without the bass up, or bass boost, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to say bass up. With or without it, you're going to get really good, clean bass and low end out of it. And it doesn't sound muddy to me, at least for the music that I play through it. And movies and podcasts and YouTube videos that I listen to with this thing, it never sounded muddy, no matter the volume I put it at. And it does use, or it does control your device's volume. Okay, so like if you press up on this, you're going to see on your device the volume going up. At least on mine it did, so I can't say for every single thing. But at least on mine, it did control the volume of my device. And let me see what else. And that's pretty much it. Do I recommend it? Yeah, it's pretty loud. It's loud enough for me. Has really good all-around sound. It's a little bassier than your normal type speakers. And one thing I do want to add, though, if you want to have a little bit better control over the sound, meaning like the equalization or the EQ, download the Soundcore app. With it, you can actually do a little bit more tweaking to the equalization or the EQ to really dial in the sound that you want. So, yeah, just a standalone speaker, it sounds great. With that Soundcore app, it really does, you can really make this thing sound the way you want it to. Let's just put it that way, because there's parts in there where you can even control the bass up and on your device. You can turn it on or turn it off, or you can even have a customized EQ on the app to make this sound just the way you want. So you can create, I believe, a couple different customized EQs. So like if you're just listening to a movie or a podcast, you can actually have an EQ that says movie EQ, podcast EQ, YouTube EQ, or whatever. And you can create that with the Soundcore app, and that makes this speaker even more versatile. So do I recommend you get this, the Soundcore Select 2S Bluetooth speaker? Yeah. For what you're paying the money for, even if you pay the $25.99 that it was listed on eBay here in the States, yeah, this is definitely worth every single little penny. You get that nice long runtime, but like I said, that depends upon how loud you have the speaker running. So the louder or the higher up the volume, the lower playtime you get. Okay, just please keep that in mind. All right, that's it. Get the Soundcore Select 2S Bluetooth speaker. It's definitely worth every penny. And if you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video, maybe a few more of my others, on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.